2, 3, 4.
Hey everyone.
Hello. Hi all. Welcome to TonePedia Live, broadcasting on Mr. Emmanuel Nor's page, on the Fret Talk podcast, on Pedalboards of Doom, on TonePedia page, and on my own personal page, and TonePedia YouTube.
Wow, that's quite a lot.
Where you gone? Where you gone? Come back.
I'm here.
It did that last time, didn't it? I don't know what's going on with that.
Maybe Skype can't stand my face and sometime,
Mate, I've just realised I can hear myself, your end, very, very small. I don't know if you know what's going on there. But whilst you have a look at that, I will introduce everyone as to what's going on this week. So, TonePedia has released a demo of this pedal. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. Try again. This pedal.
Yes.
And again, there we go, there it is. So we've announced this pedal. We've just released a player of it. This is the Jam Pedals Rattler. A lot of you are going to know this. It is based on a rat, and it's awesome. So what we're doing today is to coincide with our release of it. We can all hear you tuning.
I'll work on heavy tuning. Why not?
Yes, to announce the launch of this, we are the launch of our demo of it. We are going to play with it and go through some tones, take some questions from you, and see what everyone thinks of it. So let me pull that down and go away. Vanish.
Oh, magic.
It's the force, man. It's the force. So, Emmanuel.
You being the probably the biggest pedal nerd on earth, can you tell us what this pedal, like, how is it different? How is it different from the original Rat?
That's a very good question. They've done various versions of this. This is the original version, and some of the Rat pedals have Rattler pedals, I should say, have the chip, what is it called, the LM308, I think it is, or something along those lines. Let me just check. But there are various different versions of that chip as well. LM308, yeah. And some of them are CAN versions, some of them are the IC versions, so the chip versions, and it's really cool. So you do get various different sounds, and some of them are clipping asymmetrically, some of them are clipping symmetrically, and you get various different types of compression with that. It's something you feel rather than hear, but if the more compressed it is, the more it will feel like a distortion. The less compressed it is, the less it will feel like the more open it will feel, and more amp-like it will feel. So that sort of thing.
This is not basically like a pedal, which is basically the same thing but with more gain. As there are a couple of things out there that work like this, but it really is something that is sounding different, that has a different character to it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. There's lots of rats out there, and this is well regarded as one of the best on the market. So let's see why. Why is it that everyone loves a rat and a rat pedal? Let's clear that up. Oh, I've realised I've still got my glasses on. Just take them off.
Oh, you look good with them. So
I don't normally wear them. My eyes are perfectly fine apart from long distance normally, but a little tiny bit. But since we're stuck in so much, I thought I should wear them to try and see if they do any corrective stuff.
All right.
So
we had the Rat on here for the first live stream we did a couple of weeks ago. And something that I realized that is very similar, as someone who didn't use the rat before at all, is that the type of breakup when it's distorting feels very similar, almost fuzzish, so to say.
Fuzzish.
Fuzzish,
Yeah.
fuzz-like.
Well, when it gets over a certain point on the gain, it does start to get a little bit fuzzy. That's usually on a normal Rattler. That's usually when it goes past about 12 o'clock. But the Rattler has a lot more gain. Well, I say a lot more gain. A little bit more gain on top. One of the cool things is with the way they've designed it, you might find that it starts to clean up on the guitar, whereas a Rat normally doesn't do that. So we'll have a look at that and we'll try that. See what happens.
All right. So let's put everything to 12 then for the second and start to play a little bit with that. So let me first explain to the good people that are watching what is going on in my signal chain. So I have this beautiful Ibanez Iron Label whatever guitar that I've been owning for a couple of years. And that I've been touring and recording a couple of albums with. It has Fishman Fluence modern pickups in it, so that is going to be a thing that might be interested, because Fishman Fluence pickups, they have an active voicing and a passive voicing, so we can basically see how this pedal would react to a more passive sounding pickup that is a little more bass focused, and also to active pickup that is a little tighter and a little more focused on the high frequencies. Then everything goes to the amp behind me, which is the Hughes & Kendall Dexpert 200. And then from there, we're going into a GGD Zilla impulse response plugin. So what you hear is basically a couple of Zillas that were they're just part of that plugin. So that is the signal chain. Everything is now to 12. The amp is on the clean channel.
One of the things we want to say to people is give us your questions and ask us about tones. If you want it set with a certain tone, let us know. And for delay, we've added the Mad Professor Deep Bluebird delay, which we'll cover in depth in another video. But it's there, and we featured it as part of the setup.
Yes. So everything to 12. Again, the clean sound. And now let me turn on the Rat.
That sounds
fun.
Awesome. That sounded really, really great. I want to give a shout out to Akazakas, who said, "Yo, from Sweden." Yo.
Hey. Yo, back again. Back to Sweden.
I wonder if it's weird for people if I'm talking and not on screen. Hello, I'm back. Okay. So, what did you think? What's your initial reaction to that?
It sounds like a pretty classic type of heavy metal hard rock tone in my ears. Like, this is definitely what I would connect to the 80s or so.
Yeah.
So it sounded awesome straight away. So, this might be the shortest how to get a good metal sound tutorial ever. So buy a Rattler, put everything to 12 o'clock, and then have fun.
There you go. Done. Bye.
Bye. No, but really, I think that the amount of game is just right for rhythm stuff. It's not. It didn't reach that point where, like we talked about before, where we have this fuzzish breakup, but still it has enough gain to have some sustain. Also, the tone sounds pretty good. It's not having that MIDI nose, but it's also not muddy. What is muffy? Is there a word called muffy?
Yeah,
don't know.
Of course there is. Muddy. Think about it. Big muff, fuzzes.
All right, but sounds great out of the box.
Whereas a Rat normally doesn't do that. So, can you hear that? Well, have a look. What's going on there? Right, okay, so for me, the rat sound is exactly what you said. It is that slash in a box almost. You know, if you were to play some Guns N' Roses style power chords from one of their songs, you would get that sound. It's a JCM 800 style sound.
So it has been years that I played Guns N' Roses. Well, okay, I know everyone will hate me now. I can't do that.
No one needs that, man. No one needs that.
No. Well, let's not try to play Guns N' Roses. It has been way too long. But let me play some rock stuff. And for that, maybe I should use the passive voicing on my guitar.
Try turning the gain down just a tad for that sort of thing. Just a tad.
Is that a tad enough?
Let's see. Because they're really hot pickups. It sounds
I can
good,
do it all day.
Yeah,
it's brilliant, and I really know what you mean by Guns N' Roses because it really reminds me of the rhythm sound that is on what was the Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah.
It really is close to that. So that's awesome. Now, if we increase the tone a bit, let's see how this influences the sound. So for those of you who can't see it, we have 3 knobs. First one is L, probably level. Second one T, tone, and the third one is G, which is gain. So gain on 10 o'clock, level on 12, and then tone about 2 o'clock or something. It's really a great hard rock sound right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll find that the tone control has a lot to do. It will go from really, really, really piercing, oh, that's not very nice sort of highs, down to quite woolly. But I'm talking about the original Rats here. Let's see what the tone control does on this one.
Yeah, so let me turn it up all the way to see what it does. I expected much worse.
That is very, very listenable. I didn't expect that.
Exactly what I thought. I like for most of the pedals that I use, it's like some of the sounds are there just because they are there. Like no one would ever use whatever a pedal with tone on 100%. But I think you can actually use this setting in for a certain sound. It sounds like you can actually use it for music.
I should say so. Yeah. I didn't expect that. What's it like the other way down?
Let's see.
That is a lot less woolly than Rats that I'm used to. That is lovely. I'm surprised, honestly.
Let's start a challenge. Can we make this pedal sound bad?
I could. Yeah, man, that's pretty awesome.
And keep in mind, I had the passive voicing. If I put it now on active, it will be a little tighter, probably. That works. Great.
So what's it like when on this setting? Leave it on the same setting. In fact, put the tone back to center, and go back to the passive pickups, and let's see what happens when you turn the guitar down. Let's see if it does clean up. Can I hear that on the neck pickup, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh.
Nice.
That is really good, considering that the actual sound, if you put everything on 10, is actually a hard rock type-ish rhythm guitar sound.
That is brilliant. You don't need to swap channels and these sort of things. That's my favourite sort of pedals, the ones that clean up nicely, and you don't have to be stomping around or tap dancing. What you'll find is if you turn that down low and use that clean tone, and then you go back to your guitar, turn the pedal off and go back to your amp, what you'll find is you've got two different clean tones there.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't use such a thing on a live situation, like being a touring musician. I always switch channels, but something that like the simple fact that it can do clean sounds as well, just proves that this pedal is very well built, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'll be surprised by how many touring musicians do that. So someone's asking, is this direct or amp mic'd? So Jeffrey, this is through the amp and then direct into Logic, and then using a cab sim in Logic, and that's what you're hearing. Your frets are crooked as well. Oh my goodness, yes they are.
What's wrong with my frets?
Your frets are crooked.
What does it mean?
Well, look at, they're fan fretted, aren't they? Oh,
okay.
Do you mean crooked?
Yeah. I was like, is something broken? I was like expecting my guitar. No, this is a fan fret guitar. What it means is that basically the scale length is changing from string to string, so that you have a rather low scale length, like the standard strat scale length of the high E string, and then on the low E string, it's something that is more baritone like, so that you have a little more like pressure on the low strings for.
Yeah,
something like that.
Jeffrey said, thanks, sounds cool. Faye, I believe he pronounced that Flo, said, good stuff. Thank you, Flay. Right, okay, so let's see what it's like on low gain settings. Like if we turn the guitar up, but we turn the pedal down, what does it sound like? Has it got like a crunch sort of sound?
Let me see. So
slight breakup.
That is gain on 9 o'clock. I think we can even decrease the gain a little more.
Yeah. Sorry, I was tapping the table to that. You read my mind. As soon as you stopped playing, I was going to say to you, why don't we play something off of TonePedia? And you just started doing it. With one of your friends, Jade Hussein, has asked, will it go with Metallica? I think we need to turn it up a little bit to get that. Let's try.
Increase the tone a little. What do you say? Can I do Metallica?
You would have to scoop the mids a bit to get better, a more Metallica-y sound, I think. But that's more to the amp than anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if you did scoop the mids a bit. I think the gain is there, and I think the breakup is that sort of breakup that sounds amp-like. So yeah I reckon it could.
Let me see. Like if.
What is he doing?
It's fun to play Metallica. I should play Metallica more. Last time I played Metallica was literally when I was, 16.
Oh, so, look, the viewers can't see me at the moment, but I was really enjoying that. I love Metallica.
It sounds really good with scoop mids, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they don't sound particularly scooped at the moment, coming through to me, but not quite as scooped as they can be. But yeah, no, it did sound fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Damn, Metallica is so good, man. Really love Metallica.
Their rhythm stuff is really good, yeah.
I like the lead playing. We got to remember about the lead playing from Metallica is they got a lot of people playing guitar.
That is correct. I think that's another discussion that we shouldn't lead today. So many people watching, but no. But I actually think that the solos that Hetfield wrote were the best.
Probably.
It's working with the Rattler.
Believe it or not, that's one of the only solos from Metallica I can play. I love that. I've jammed that so many times, and it's just a lovely thing to do at jam nights because not that many people really play it. Everyone's always playing like blues and stuff like that. So if you crack out a bit of Nothing Else Matters, it's a nice one. Right, I've got some weird comments on my page, I'll tell you. I don't know what the hell this person's talking about. Let's first define what we want and then make a roadmap.
Okay, so what I would like to see is if this guitar can do heavy metal style gain lead sounds.
You mean this pedal, don't you?
I mean this pedal. What did I say?
This guitar. We know that guitar can do metal.
Okay, I can do it.
It's a fan fret.
I'm so tired, guys, today. Sorry, I didn't sleep well, but I'm curious about this pedal doing high gain lead stuff. So let me increase the gain a bit. So we are right now at, what is that, around 2 o'clock, somewhere between 2 and 3. Let me also increase the tone a bit and let me bend it. What do you think?
Sounds good, mate. It sounds really, really good. What's it like with a long delay on it and the gain up top?
Gain top?
Gain on full, sorry. Yep.
And delay. So let's see.
That's pretty cool, man. Can it do jazz?
The Rattler?
Yeah.
I'm not with gain on 10, but let me.
No, gain on 10. Yeah. Gain on 10. Everything on 11.
I can't do jazz. I can pretend to play jazz, but it's interesting. I mean, it's not sounding bad at all. The red, just to make it clear, the red is turned on right now. It's not turned off.
Do the same thing. Turn it off. Let's see what sort of effect it has on the tone. And now with it on. There's a definite bump there. I'd be interested to hear that again with the gain on maybe about 9, 10 o'clock with the guitar turned down. So I was basically just doing that just to get you to play jazz. But no. Seriously, you can hear the voicing, and that's what the exercise was for. I think we should have turned the tone down a little bit more as well. I didn't think about that, but yeah, it's
But just the pure fact that it's not sounding complete like crap. That when you're playing jazz with a pedal like this is pretty impressive for me.
Yeah, I say so. Jote PM, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Sorry, mate, if I'm not. He says he loves jam pedals. Yeah, they are. They are knocking it out of the ballpark at the moment. They're really, really good. Right, let's have a look. Can you play something in Prince's style? And that's from Agasono.
Prince's style. I know that there was a guy out there called Prince, but I'm not into his music.
Can you not play Purple Rain?
I don't know Purple Rain. I know that this song is existing, but I don't have it in my ear.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologise on behalf
I'm
of
so sorry.
musicians everywhere. Emmanuel is young, very young, so don't let the beard fool you. He wasn't.
So sorry.
You weren't around when Prince was in his heyday, were you?
Probably not, but like if you can entertain people for like 10 minutes, I can just go off and learn Prince very quick, and then maybe come back and play it.
You could learn the chords, but you couldn't learn Prince in 10 minutes. I'll tell you.
Right.
We've been having this conversation. We've been to. I really want Emmanuel to start learning some Pink Floyd. Yeah, it's gonna happen. We're going to get you to play the time solo live.
Well, okay, maybe, and include some of my licks into it. Maybe.
Yeah, half shred. Oh, it'd be great.
I've once seen a video of Pink Floyd, and they played a sweep like that. So that was pretty much the only thing that I took away from that.
He does a little sweep. It's not a particularly fast one, but he does a little sweep. It's just more like playing a chord, really.
Kind of, yeah.
I think it's an A into, and he just does a bend on it, and that's in time. That's in the solo for time.
But just for David Gilmour is sweeping. Okay, just want to make this clear.
I bet he could. I bet he could. He's a quality player, that bloke. Okay, so what more can we do with it? Do you want to? Is there anything else you can think of?
Let's see. Let's get a little more into the jam as a pedal for lead guitar playing, messing around with this delay pedal, because literally I just turned it on and didn't pay attention to the settings at all. So I felt like turning up the gain a little and also increasing tone. That this is a pretty good bass for lead. Now let's start to make it. Let's start to mess around with the delay. So what would you suggest to do with it?
I'd like to ask you if you've got the AZ to hand.
Do I have the AZ to hand? I do.
And will it be in tune?
It hopefully will be in tune, more or less.
Thereabouts.
Let me see. So
the Ibanez AZ is another guitar from Ibanez, and it's I've often described it as kind of like if you started off with RG 250s and these sort of things, or the Geos even, and you've kind of like grown up with those sort of things, it's kind of like the guitar that you would progress to. It's a professional shred machine that can do all sorts of like jazz and these sort of bits and pieces. And it's used by artists such as Tom Quayle, I think's got one. And has Martin Miller got one as well?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
It's not in tune at all.
Sounds like the beginning of Hard Day's Night, doesn't
it? Well, you can just mute me and I will tune it for a second and then tell people something about this beautiful delay pedal.
Okay, so I will mute you. There we are. You are muted. And if you make sure your guitar's muted. Oh, I can still hear him. So the delay. The delay is a Deep Blue delay by Mad Professor. And I haven't done any sort of like research in order to tell you too much about it. But I know that it's an analog delay that appears on a lot of people's boards. It includes Josh Smith, I believe. I think he's got one on there. And every time I've heard one, it sounds wonderful. It really does. Jotpum PM has asked, are you stacking the jam with the Mad Professor, or is that the sound of the Rattler solo? So, yeah, the Mad Professor is a delay. So it's not a drive into a drive. So yeah, that is the sound of the Rat solo, and any delay you hear on that is coming from the Mad Professor. That really does sound like I'm talking about Emmanuel there. And any reverb you hear is coming from the amp as well, which is a Black Spirit 200, is it? Yep. Hughes and Kettner Black Spirit 200. So.
And here I'm back with my Ibanez AZ. And Lee, you wanted me to play it, so here I am back again with it.
Cool.
What to do with it?
Well, let's get a nice tone out of it. So I prefer the gain down a little bit on the Rattler, so maybe down to about, let's say 11 o'clock, so you're still happy with that. And I quite like that tone where it is. So a nice long. Okay, thought that was the Blues Overdrive. Okay, yep. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, no, this is the Deep Blue delay. A nice long delay. A nice long, as close to about 500 milliseconds as you can get. How long does the delay go for?
Let's see. So, what was that?
That's an analog delay. You and your digital world.
Okay, so we have 3 knobs, delay, repeat, and level. So how should I set them up?
Well, let's see. Delay, how high? If you turn the delay all the way up, how long is it? Repeats down just a little bit. that should do you. How's that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I should play around with my delay pedals a little more. Always is much fun.
Yeah, so much fun.
But I have this bad habit of and that is something that literally no guitar player is doing other than me. Just if I buy a pedal, I set it up once till I'm happy, and then I never ever touch it again.
No, you're not alone on that. I know you're not alone on that. Agasono, who asked us to play like Prince, said you should play different styles and name it by the artist and these sort of things. That is pretty much what TonePedia's kind of doing for you. So please go and try we'll link it for you in a bit, but go and try the player, because you can try all different styles on there and hear exactly what the pedal's doing. But don't worry, I am kicking Manuel's bum and getting him to learn more styles.
No, you gotta know that I'm the metal artist for TonePedia. We have someone who is very good at rock and blues stuff and who's knowing all the guys, but I'm actually responsible to shred and play some nasty rhythms. So sorry if I don't know all the artists.
Can't know everything, mate. You can't know everything, and what you do know is pretty damn good. So that's how I would set it. How would you set it? And then we'll call it a day.
Let's see. So, first thing, increase the gain. Okay. Maybe increase the tone even a little more. Might work. Then let's see what to do with the delay. So I actually really like it how it is. Yeah, something new is going on with this guitar.
Is it, Bojo? I bet it's the cable. It's always the bloody cable.
It was a cable. Now. It works for me like that, pretty much. Let's see if we can do shred. That obviously is not as hard as the guitar we had before, but I think if you push it a little further, then it can pretty much do.
It's getting there.
It is. It's good, and it's like really soft, easy to play feeling when you're having the Rattler on, because there are some distortion pedals that I think are pretty harsh, but it's definitely not the case with this one. It has a very soft feeling, and that is very, very easy to play. Pretty fluid.
Yeah, no, it's got a lot of low end. It might be the guitar. Have you got it split, or is it on humbuckers?
No, I seriously think that something might be broken with this guitar because it sounds strange. Let me just for a second, can you please mute my guitar, and I will change back to the guitar I had before.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, I'm glad that's muted for everyone else, but I ain't muted for me. That's going straight through my head. Okay, I'll unmute you now. There we
Yeah,
go.
I'm back. That's how I wanted to sound.
It's pretty cool. So I would say that pretty much encompasses it. I love it. I love rats, and I think it's one of the better rats that I've heard. And I've played some really, really good ones. I've got a really, really good one. I've got in fact I've got quite a few really good ones. So this to me is my sort of drive pedal. I know you're more into sort of much higher gain stuff and much more compressed. But what do you think for what it is?
I mean, from a subjective point of view, obviously, it wouldn't be like the first thing you would think of if you think about very modern metal sound. But it really is a great choice if you want to go for that classic 80s hard rock metal type of sound. And literally, what I liked most for rhythm guitar was when we put everything on 12 o'clock. That was just first chord I played, and I was back at Appetite for Destruction somehow in my mind, being 15 and playing along these songs. That is really just a great sound.
Yeah, I agree there. So this pedal, let me go there and do that and say abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
Well done. so this pedal here is, it will get you quite a lot of tones. What it excels at is being a rat. It's called the Rattler. It is from the wonderful Greek company Jam Pedals, who do a wonderful array of pedals, including a very good delay of their own called the, and get this, Delay Llama.
Delay Llama. That is brilliant.
Yeah, it's in fact they've just brought out a new version of it recently called the Delay Llama Extreme, and I'll tell you more about that off air. But my God, it's amazing. But yeah, so this is the Jam Pedals Rattler, as we said, and it has just been released today on TonePedia, so you can go and try it on TonePedia and try it for yourself. And we'll put that in the link in the comments.
All right. I think that's it.
I think that is. Okay. And it's a bye-bye from me. And it's a goodbye from
me. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And see you next time.
So you'll say bye-bye.